Okay, hello and welcome back. This is part 12 of DVD movies I like as I go through my binder of movies here in Japan. And like I said, it's early April in 2009 when I'm recording this. Alright, let's try to get through more than just 3 movies this time. So the first movie that's in here that we're going to talk about this time is Snatch. And I've already talked a little bit about the director of Snatch when I talked about Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Guy Ritchie. So I'm not going to say a lot about Snatch, but it's another fun movie from him. Brad Pitt doing this amazingly hard to understand accent, but just filled with good, fun stuff. So I still like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels more, but Snatch is fun. Alright, next up after that would be another John Hughes movie, and I've talked a little bit about him so far, but I'm saving it for when I talk about the box set. But this is called Some Kind of Wonderful. And there's kind of the major John Hughes movies: Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller, some would say Pretty in Pink. These are pre-Home Alone, before he got millions of dollars. And there's kind of the minor John Hughes movies, and Some Kind of Wonderful, I guess, would be one of the more minor ones, but it's one of my favorites. God, I just love Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. Back when she had this short blonde hair, I had the biggest crush on her when I was in high school. Lea Thompson is supposed to be the gorgeous one. She played the mother in Back to the Future, and Eric Stoltz from Mask and many other things, and Pulp Fiction is in it. But it's very much like Pretty in Pink. The story structure is very much the same, and just some of the roles are changed. So, you know, if you want to think of Eric Stoltz as being Molly Ringwald, and Mary as being Ducky, and Lea Thompson as being not James Spader, because he's the bad guy. Oh, my mind's going. The good-looking guy in Pretty in Pink. It's kind of the same, very much the same story, but great soundtrack. I just love John Hughes' dialogue. He wrote it, he didn't direct it. Howard Deutsch directed it, and ended up marrying Lea Thompson. Okay, the next movie in here is Spartan, which stars Val Kilmer. The reason I own Spartan, which is a little scene movie from about 4 or 5 years ago, is because it was written by David Mamet. And I think I've talked about Mamet before, but if I haven't, I'll make sure I talk about him in the future. David Mamet is probably one of the greatest playwrights and screenwriters to have ever lived. Definitely one of my idols. And he writes this very, very stylized dialogue. Mostly a movie that many of you may have seen would be Glengarry Glen Ross, which is one of his more famous screenplays. He sometimes directs his own movie. He just directed a movie, actually, if you're into Japanese culture, called Red Belt. And it stars a fantastic British actor who I can't pronounce his name. It's very difficult to say. I'm not even going to try. Anyway, he's a black actor from England, and he owns like a karate martial arts studio in America. And Tim Allen from Home Improvement plays an actor who hires him to come on to a movie set to help do fight choreography. And there's all kinds of twists in it, etc. But basically, it's kind of like a samurai movie, but set in the modern day in the world of like K1 fighting and mixed martial arts fighting, which I don't really have any interest in, to be honest. People beating each other up for money, even though I respect, the sport of it and the like boxers and stuff, it doesn't appeal to me at all. But I saw it because it's a Mamet film and it's got some great Mamet stuff in it. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, do try to see it. It's called Red Belt. But getting back to Spartan, Spartan is kind of another. You know, like when I got here to Japan, I had a friend Rusty, and I was like, "Oh, you got to see this movie! You got to see this movie!" And I lent the DVD to him, and he watched it, and he hated it. It's very much that kind of movie. You're either going to get into it and the flow of it, because the way characters talk is very stilted and like staccato and sometimes disjointed, and but it's a rhythm. And it's very specific rhythm that Mammon is going for, and I love it. And Spartan, the movie itself, I thought the plot, while it's very intricate, is not that difficult to follow, and at the end I think it's very satisfying, the payoff. And I like Val Kilmer as an actor when he is in, you know, a movie that's up to his gifts as an actor. So try it if you're interested in like espionage thrillers. It's called Spartan. Okay, next movie. Well, the next movie, you know, is in the binder here, but the others are somewhere else, is Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man. And, you know, if you're of a certain age, say you're at least 20 or 25 now, weren't you just so happy when you went to see Spider-Man? That, you know, that after, not that, you know, other comic book movies up to that point hadn't been good, you know, because the first two X-Men movies were really good, Blade was really good, but Spider-Man's like one of the big ones, you know? Spider-Man, really, Superman, Batman, these are the biggies. These are the characters that, you know, I'm a comic book fan, but even people that aren't comic book fans know who it is. Everyone in America can hum the Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, you know. They all have they all basically know that, you know, there's this guy named Peter who got bit by a spider and can, you know, climb walls and stuff. So it's not like Iron Man or The Watchmen or any of these other recent movies where, you know, people are just being introduced whole cloth to a character that, you know, 98% of the people don't know. Spider-Man is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, and Sam Raimi, the director of the movie, pulled it off with such flair, such panache, such way over expectations, I think, of what we had hoped as comic book fans and movie fans that he could do with the character, that I was just delighted as hell when I walked out of the theater after seeing it. It came along, I think, about a year after 9/11, and people, I think, were really in the mood for something that's just would take them away from everything. I think it came out in like May of 2002. You know, I think Tobey Maguire's great in the role. You know, all the side characters, J. Jonah Jameson, the actor that plays him, just perfect. You know, the Osborns, Harry, and the Green Goblin. You know, even Kirsten Dunst, who I do like. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's very pretty. Not a great actress, but good. Is fine as MJ. Aunt May, the actress they got to play Aunt May, is perfect. You know, I just think he got so much of it right. The effects, we really do believe he's swinging through the things. And, you know, I don't have Spider-Man 2 in here, so I guess I won't talk about that yet. But, you know, I think they really even improved on it in Spider-Man 2. And I think Doc Ock was even a better villain choice. As I think X-Men 2 is better than X-Men 1. Which is nice. It's nice when the sequel kind of goes up, in my opinion. But the first Spider-Man movie has just got a bunch of great stuff in it. Really does introduce you to the character if you don't know a lot about him. And, yeah, like I said, I was just so pleasantly surprised when I saw it, because, you know, it's really easy to make something like that not good. You know, I can cite so many examples, you know, the Punisher films, the Daredevil film, you know, films that I found little things in it to like because I'm a comic book fan, but overall didn't succeed. Spider-Man just blew away everything on every level. I think it's funny, it's exciting, it's, you know, it's sweet when it needs to be. You know, it's just a great American movie. Okay, well, I got through 4. Does that count? Let's see, I have 1 second left. Well, you know, speaking about comic book movie, no, I can't talk about that yet. I'm going to take too long. Okay, that's going to be it for this one. Maybe it'll be a little shorter. But I'll talk more soon. We'll get into the letter T. And like I said, we really are almost toward the end. So the next 3 will probably wrap it all up. Thanks for watching, and it won't be as long in between. Trust me, okay? See you soon. Thanks.